The consequences of fatherlessness. Again, if you don't want to have this conversation and you want to bash the police all day, but you don't want to have a conversation about the lack of fatherhood and the attack on manhood, then beat it. This isn't the show for you. This is a serious show where we want to talk about serious things. Here's the number one consequence of the attack on fathers and manhood in this country. Number one, poverty. Children in father-absent homes are almost 4 times more likely to be poor. Gee, that sounds kind of like a crisis to me. In 2011, 12% of children in married couple families were living in poverty, compared to 44% of children in mother-only families. My gosh, where did they get that from? Clearly, some conservative made that up. Source, U.S. Census Bureau. Sounds kind of like a crisis, no? The police are racist. You have any evidence of that? No, because I have a lot of evidence that fatherless homes are causing this poverty, crime, drug, and alcohol abuse crisis, as we see right here. Number 2, drug and alcohol abuse. Department of Health and Human Services states fatherless children are at a dramatically greater risk of drug and alcohol abuse. There's significantly more drug use among children who do not live with their mother and father. Yeah, that's the Department of Health and Human Services, that prior statistic. You know, the liberals lionize and love government. You think this is a government statistic that would have liberals in a panic and maybe stop attacking the nuclear family, men, boys, dads, manhood, and all of that? No, it won't stop them at all because the police are racist. I'm telling you, I brought it up at the hearing, and one of the panelists lost his mind. I will not allow. I don't give a damn what you allow. I'm not asking you for an allowance, you dunce. This is a panelist at Capitol Hill. Will not allow this hearing to be distracted by what? By things like fatherless homes causing a massive increase in poverty, crime, and drug abuse that are leading to police interactions that sometimes result in death. How about you take that and ram it up your caboose? Because I'll talk about whatever I want. I didn't ask you. I'm only talking to serious people. That's why I'm not playing his clip. Because he's not a serious person. Another consequence of the lack of fathers in the home. Liberals totally ignore. They don't want to hear any of this. So tune out now, libs. Again, this is only for serious people. Physical and emotional health. Study of over 1,900 children ages 3 and older living with a residential father or father figure found that children living with married biological parents had significantly fewer externalizing and internalizing behavioral problems than children living with at least one non-biological parent. Sounds like kind of a big deal, no? Here's the last one. Again, for these people who want to attack the police and not talk about the lack of fathers in homes. Police are racist. It's all you got. You don't have anything else. You mean the police working in liberal cities run by liberal dunces? Crime. Adolescents living in intact families are less likely to engage in delinquency than their peers living in non-intact families. Compared to peers in intact families, adolescents in single-parent families and step-families were more likely to engage in delinquency. This relationship appeared to be operating through differences in family processes, parental involvement, supervision, monitoring, and parent-child closeness between intact and non-intact families. You want to talk about police community interaction, but you don't want to talk about why people in the community are interacting with the police. Maybe a cultural rot and a societal breakdown? Or when you talk about it, you want to say, this is an attack on single moms. Really, dipwad? Because I grew up with a single mom. Kind of weird. Kind of weird how you'd say that. Notice, I didn't mention anything about the many single moms, by the way, who are in a single mom parenthood situation by absolutely no choice of their own. Some who were forced into it by really awful people in their house. But you notice that never came up, but that's where liberals always want to think, yeah, racist, attacking single moms. Yeah, that's funny. I was a single mom. You don't want to have that conversation, do you? Cultural rot, the breakdown of our families, the attack on men. You don't want men to be men. You want men to be an appendix to your book. Well, it's time we as men man up and start doing man stuff again. Take care of our kids. Get to work. Show your kids what it's like to save money. Show them what it's like to work. Show them what it's like to study. Not lecturing anyone. Gosh, I've had my own failures as a father and as a son. Candidly, as a friend and a boss of my own company too. But I'm trying. And I'm not ignoring the harsh realities of my own failures to advance a liberal now. Police are racist. Like these other morons on the other side.